Hello, my beautiful Scorpio. How are you doing, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot messages, Scorpio, for August 23rd to the 29th, darling. So if you find any tarot cards that resonate with you in this weekly reading today, Scorpio, be sure to let me know in the comments below, darling, because that's how I keep up with y'all. Also, if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, my darling Scorpio, or you just enjoy my vibe, honey, I would really appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot, Scorpio, and I always appreciate it when you do. Put this in perspective though, honey. Just a man reading some tarot cards to you. You know your situation better than I ever possibly could, so take the tarot cards that resonate, leave what doesn't, because I'm not going to be offended by it whatsoever. I believe my tarot cards are just here to give you some food for thought for today, perspective for you to be considering as you go throughout your week, but never making the choices in your life. So all that being said, Scorpio, let's just jump into your weekly tarot reading for August 29th to, no, not 29th, for August 23rd to the 29th, technically. So let's get into this. Let's see, Scorpio, how it is you're feeling right now, honey. How's it that you've been, Scorpio? I know from your last week's reading, it was a little bit of an interesting, like, I wanted you guys, there's a message where it's like kind of claiming King of Wands energy, Scorpio. So yeah, let me know how that process has been going. If you haven't seen your monthly tarot reading, darling, I will leave a link to that as well as your last week's reading. So going on with you, Six of Pentacles, Six of Earth, stepping forward. This card says gifts of money, time or effort, new career opportunities, and receiving a loan or paying off debts. So Scorpio, right off the bat here, I actually want to pull a couple more cards before I get too much into this, right? But, you know, with the Six of Earth, this is talking about, you know, a nice coming of balance of things. It does talk about career, so we'll focus the message on that, but it could be social still. Queen of Air, stepping forward as well for you, Scorpio. So this card says objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you and seeing the humor in a situation. Interesting dynamic. Let's do one more. And then the Three of Water, or Three of Cups, and the Queen of Air represents sword energy. Celebration, a wedding, graduation, or the birth announcement, the need to have more fun. So with this theme right off the bat, what I'm noticing, Scorpio, is the message with the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords, with the Three of Cups, Three of Water. This is like both of these have an emphasis on having more fun, lightening up a little bit, right? I do feel as if for some of you Scorpios, this message of asking you to lighten up, maybe just because of this and not taking things so seriously, you know, I do feel like this sense of like tensing up. I get like this tensing feeling in like my chest when I connect to your energy, Scorpio, as well as like some type of throbbing here. I've only had like 1 or 2 headaches in my life, Scorpio, so admittedly I'm not really sure like if that would be like considered a headache or what have you, but take that as you will with the feelings I'm receiving. But it does feel as if there's like this general message of where it's just like, hey, Scorpio, lighten up, right? You got things handled. Six of Pentacles comes in as this message of where it's just like things are going to come into balance. Things are going to find their way of figuring themselves out, essentially, right? Now, with the Six of Pentacles, with this talking about the new career opportunities, this may be a sense where, Scorpio, you guys are almost waiting for something, I would say. Waiting for the result of something, maybe hearing back from a job, maybe hearing about a certain detail so you can, from that detail, it'll like help you decide where you want to be going in life or what your next step is, Scorpio. But it does seem to be like the focal point for y'all currently. So let's get into this a little bit more. I feel like I want to use, we're going to still use this deck actually. So let's get into this a little bit more. We have the Eight of Water coming out. This card says the desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. I like this. Five of Air, Five of Swords, an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation and reviewing everyone's motives. And then the last one is the Two of Fire, Two of Wands. This card says you've come into your own, new partnerships or contracts, and continue moving forward. So something I want to point out right off the bat, Scorpios, right? The Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles highlights the sense of a new career opportunity for some of y'all, right? And then with the Two of Fire, this talks about contracts. So really affirming this sense, Scorpio, I do feel as if things are going to be switching up for you. I do feel as if, and I think even in your last week's reading, there's this message of where you might be doing the same thing, but going at it from a different approach. And I use the example of like, I do weekly tarot readings, but if this message was for me, Scorpio, which I guess it technically kind of could be since I'm a Libra Scorpio cusp, I would be like, okay, maybe I need to do tarot, but maybe instead of doing weekly readings, I do pick a cards, right? And that variation, and that leads to a lot more promising ventures for me, right? Because 6 of Earth, 2 of Wands here, 2 of Fire, switching between the elements and the actual product that they are representing. It just shows to me, if you were to take a chance with something, Scorpio, if you were to, with this 8 of Water here, step away from your old routines, your old way about doing things, I suppose, right? With the 8 of Water, that's like you moving on from this way, right? Let's say that, again, weekly tarot, I move on from doing weekly tarot into a different approach, and that brings forth business ventures, that brings forth contracts, that brings forth opportunities for you, Scorpio, to really step into your power, as I was saying with that King of Wands from last week, because that keeps on showing up in my head for you. So 5 of Air here, 5 of Swords. I feel as if this is one of those things, Scorpio, of where this is a time of being observant, looking at self-reflecting, being willing to hurt your feelings a little bit even, Scorpio, because I feel as if at this time, before you switch directions, you want to look at your current situation and just be like, all right, Scorpio, what can I do differently? What went wrong here? And what have you, right? All those narratives, learn from this, right? It wasn't for a waste, but there's definitely something here your guides are trying to focus in on, Scorpio, being like, no, look here closer. This is something that you need to remember, right? This is something for you to be focusing in on. So yeah, let's get some advice when it comes to this though, Scorpio. Because overall, I just see this being promising for you. But, with all these good cards, right, let's get some advice from your spirit guides and their perspective on just the situation, the spread itself. See how they feel about this situation. And they feel very passionately about this situation, darling. So we had the Knight of Fire, Knight of Wands come flying out, honey. This card says a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence, and thinking things through carefully, which is kind of matching the 5 of Air, 5 of Swords energy, Scorpio, of kind of just like reflecting again, this sense of thinking and like not making spur of the moment decisions, right? Not making decisions based off of emotion. We then have the Page of Fire, Page of Wands complementing this, Scorpio, where it's talking about news of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. So Scorpio, quite literally this common theme here, even in this spread here, like throughout the entire portion of this reading, has just been about like new opportunity, about stepping into a new horizon, Scorpio. I feel as if you guys are about to have like even though I haven't pulled the Fool for you yet, maybe I will. I do get this sense, I feel like it's the Dreamer card in this deck if our memory serves me. I do feel as if you guys are, Scorpio, stepping into a whole new chapter in your life. And I don't feel as if some of you guys are aware of this, Scorpio. Or maybe you are aware of it, but you're still trying to do things of how you always used to do with whatever your objective is in your life. Some of you, it's going to be career, and I feel like heavily it is career for most people, right? Because business keeps coming up. But with all these fire cards and these couple of water cards here, I do feel as if this could be a situation of, coming with a person, right? Because this 3 of water here, we can't neglect as well, which is usually the card of celebration with people. So I do feel as if you guys, whatever your objective is, Scorpio, you're stepping into a new chapter, and what you need to really do is just be willing to lean into this further. I've always said this for you, Scorpio, for the past several readings, of where I was asking you guys to be a little bit more malleable, because I feel as if you being more malleable, or in another word, just being like, being willing to change things up, being willing to form into different things based off of whatever the situation calls for. That's going to lead to a lot more success for you guys in whatever avenue you're trying to approach. Even if it's about a person, I feel like it's like you're going into a new, like, it doesn't talk about like working things out with that person, admittedly. It talks about just stepping into moving on. So let's get an animal oracle card. I just pulled the card. Scorpio, and you guys have the Falcon card. This card says, act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. Excuse my bad speaking ability, darling. So again, with this, I keep on saying again, but there's this same theme of a message of like communication, not communication, new chapter, new journey, really all these business ventures. And so with this Falcon card, this is quite literally telling you from your spirit guides of being like, while they don't want you to be making rash decisions, right? Thinking things through, but with opportunities, with new people coming into your life or with new ideas, act on it, right? Don't hold back, right? Whatever's been holding you back, you really just want to claim that King of Wands energy. I told you, Scorpio, I was going to keep bringing it up for your reading because this is all kind of exuding, Queen of Wands energy, or King of Wands energy, rather. All right, now, my beautiful Scorpio, now let's get into today's spirit guide messages for you for this week. What spirit guide messages, what ancestor messages do we have for my beautiful Scorpios today? Pulled out the cards. We have the Ace of Fire coming out right off the bat. An exciting new opportunity, Scorpio. Like, take a shot every time I say new opportunity. Career advancement. Change your life now. Like, this is literally, this Ace of Wands here, this is the representation of stepping into a new chapter. This is all about action and going forward with something, Scorpio. So, like, I'm gonna stop him spouting about it, but please notice it's not synchronicities, but how all these cards are just connected to that same message. It's not me just, like, saying a bunch of fluff, Scorpio. It's literally, like, so receive this, really. Knight of Air, Knight of Swords, this is your second night stepping forward for your reading. Events occur with great speed, same message. Take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. Scorpio, I just really appreciate how everything is just so linked. And then the Lovers card, number 6. Go ahead and write number 6 down for me, Scorpio, for numerology. That's your number for this week. This card says intimate relationships, carefully weighing your decisions, and good health. So how many cards, Scorpio, did we pull for opportunity? How many cards did we pull for thinking things through, right? This is a very pivotal time for you, Scorpio, and it does feel as if your guides are kind of asking you to think something through. Like, I can't help but feel like there's you're committed to doing something in a certain way, Scorpio, and your guides, like, there's this constant message where it's just like, yes, good, take action in terms of progressing whatever your objective is, welcome in newness with all of this. But I can't help but feel there's like almost something that you're being asked to go back to the drawing board about, where it's like changing up your approach, right? Still could be about the same thing, but it feels like maybe, how you're going to be approaching this new opportunity, how you're stepping into this new chapter, honey. You could just use some slight editing, is essentially what your guides are trying to say. You could use some slight editing. So let's see a little with this Lovers card as well. This is like a card, I always say it's like the most complex card, truly, Scorpio, because it does represent like a crossroads, right? And I feel like the crossroads has been popping up for you a lot in your readings, in the sense that you have this choice of doing the same thing that you've always done, Scorpio, or you have a chance to break out of the crowd and start, and I even said in one of your readings where it's like starting to live your life for yourself instead of based off of other people and their wants and desires and how they would react to things. So yeah, let's get a couple clarifiers for this. 5 of Water, 5 of Cups. So I don't even feel like I need to pull any more clarifiers. I feel like this kind of says it all, right? 5 of Cups says things not turning out the way that you'd hope, not seeing the positive in a situation, and crying over spilled milk. So whatever this thing is, Scorpio, there's something that I feel like you're hyper-focusing in on, and it's almost like blinding you from different, like, opportunities. I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's almost as if because you're so hyper focused and like whether it's like getting something done in a set way, or even with the 5 of Cups where it's like something kind of just didn't work out, right? And you're so hyper focused on it and being like, well, what went wrong here? How can I like fix this up? And so I feel it's almost as if you're trying to approach something in the way that you've always just known. And I feel like, no, this is really a time for you to be challenging yourself, Scorpio, and your own perspective and how you're doing things, right? Think about your future. How do you want your future to reflect? You know, your actions now will create the future that you have in 5 years. But y'all don't need me, Scorpio, to get on my podium and start preaching to y'all. Y'all kind of know that. But it is just something, Scorpio, I'm noticing of where it's just like, I don't know, it's this sense of going back to the drawing board and just being willing to be more malleable, right? While you have a lot of things thrown at you, and I feel like this sense of urgency for you, Scorpio, you still want to think things through carefully, right? Because I see potential for some Scorpios because they start getting overwhelmed, our emotions being high for whatever reason with all these Wands cards coming out. I do feel as if you might be just making some rash decisions, potentially, just to get things taken care of, to clear up your plate. Yeah. All right, now, Scorpio, now let's get into how people are perceiving you this week. So what this is going to go down, this could pertain to your soulmate, twin flame, business partner, friendship, platonic, romantic, family, darling. It's, you know, social, all right? And so I'm going to talk about the attributes that I get from this person. It's up to you to figure out if it kind of correlates to your situation. If it doesn't, that's fine, Scorpio. I feel like this portion of the message is just meant to reach specific people, so don't feel bad if it don't resonate with you, right? I don't like to do like, oh, interchangeable and all that, because it's just like, girl, no. Like, if you don't, like, if the attributes right off the bat don't fit the situation, if you can't be like, that's Billy Bob over here, then it may not just be for you. So let's get into this. How are they perceiving you? So we have the Four of Fire coming in, Four of Wands, contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. We then have the Page of Air, Page of Swords, challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. And then the Three of Pentacles coming in here as well, Scorpio. The power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, and being a team player. So I do feel like you already know this person, Scorpio. I do feel like you guys are doing something together already. There's some type of something that kind of holds you two together, whether it's some type of commitment, or it just feels like you guys are like some objective that you work on going after the same thing, right? So in workplace, it would be like a co-worker who like is on like your same team who does a similar thing. If you have a friend, it's someone that already had like you're doing like a project with them. It feels like there's just like some sense of similarity, right? With the Three of Pentacles here, this is not like a card of where just kind of like willy-nilly. It's like, no, this person's somehow like a little bit immersed with you. I don't get into zodiac signs or anything like that for this, just because general portion, darling, doesn't matter. Chances are it's going to be for literally any sign. But yeah, I feel as if this person here is somehow associated with you. So what are their intentions? Six of Fire coming in, Six of Wands, victory, good news is on its way, public recognition or rewards, and then one more. Three of Air coming in here, Three of Swords, great sadness, take time to heal, and the need to forgive yourself or others. So Scorpio, with the Six of Fire, it talks about public recognition because it's talking about kind of like putting a spotlight on something, usually with you, right? But with this Three of Air, Three of Swords energy here, it's almost as if someone that you already kind of are related to in some way, Scorpio, when they're immersed in your life, connected in your life in some way, it feels like they want to bring to light some type of pain that's happened, right? I don't know if this is like vice versa, where it's like they hurt you or you hurt them. Obviously, you would know, Scorpio. They want to bring light to some type of painful situation here. They want to bring light to it. And then Queen of Water coming in, and Queen of Cups, relationships developing to new level, trust your intuition, caring for yourself and others. And it seems like their intentions are pure about this, right? This is in hopes of developing a closer relationship with you, Scorpio. This is in hopes of, understanding perspective. So I like this a lot when this Queen of Cups really makes this message very light where it could have been potentially pretty drama filled, right? So I like this a lot. It feels like this person's coming in, you know, some people would be saying coming in with an apology, Scorpio. It does just feel like this person wants to have a little bit of dialogue with something that's happened that was painful, just in hopes of perspective. It doesn't seem like there's any type of, you know, with the Queen of Cups, like it's anything but malintent. So take these cards as you will, Scorpio. That is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you today. If you found any cards that resonated, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe. I did, as I said before, I did your monthly reading, so check that out somewhere around here, as well as your last week's reading, Scorpio. And if you're interested in purchasing a private personal reading with me, my website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com. And also it's next to my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that just being SimplyVelca. But I love you so much, Scorpio, and hopefully I can connect with you sometime in the near future. I love you so much. Bye.